Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, we have Lamont Roach Sr. in the house. So let's get into the press conference that you guys just had with Pitbull Cruz. What did you make out of it?
I thought it was cool, man. Good kickoff to the event. San Antonio's a great fight town. I think it's gonna be a packed house. For an exciting bout that's gonna close the year out.
Tell me, when you look at Pitbull Cruz as a fighter, obviously a small 140, not too much of a big 140, right? I feel like he could possibly make 135. What do you think about just him per se at 140? You guys going up another division on your very next fight.
Well, like Lamont said, he's going on the legacy run, man. He dare to be great. Like you said, Pitbull's not the biggest 140, so he really could be a 35 pounder. So but he's a champion for a reason. Great fighter with the strap. So Lamont will be fighting for belts in 30, 35, and 40 in three consecutive fights. So I don't know if that's been done too many times if ever. But we want to be one of those guys to go down in the history book.
So I'm assuming now that all this is going down, uh, your route of going back to 130 to defend that title. It doesn't look like it's too I don't know. Is the smoke anything good over there down there at 130? Nah.
Right? It could be. Like we ain't ruling nothing out. You know what I'm saying? So it could be something that worth our while. But we have to take it one fight at a time and see what happens after this.
When you look at Pitbull, right, and you look at some of the guys that he's faced, what fight per se do you feel like you look at the most for you to prepare this for this fight per se?
Can't get that up. We
No.
study all of them. You know what I'm saying? So we see something in each fight he took that he fought. So we,
Okay.
we have a good game plan for Pitbull.
Yeah. How do you so all right, so talk about the fight per se. Do you feel like the fight goes the distance? Do you feel like you guys shout him out like he's the way he's been beat? Do you feel like you guys would obviously give him a different type of beating that he's ever had?
We looking to put on a spectacular performance, man. But at the end of the day, it's just about getting your hand raised. So what fashion that takes, we're gonna be satisfied with it as long as we get the W.
Oh, when your son says that, he could stop Pitbull Cruz, tell me, in your eyes, do you feel like that's a possibility? He hasn't been stopped, but we've seen him hurt in a few fights.
Yeah, he's been hurt in a few fights, and we hurt everybody we fought. So we're not expecting anything different in this fight. But we're not going in looking for no knockout. Lamont does believe that he can, knock out hurt people, especially feels a lot stronger right now. But we're not going in looking for any knockouts if it happen to happen, man. But at the end of the day, gonna be a great fight and a fight that everybody wants to see.
Tell me, what's one of the most things that you feel like people underestimate in Pitbull Cruz's, game? I mean, obviously, a lot of people say he keeps everything pretty tight, besides the hooks, but just his stance per se. I mean, what do you think what makes him besides a pressure fighter and unorthodox? What makes him good?
His style, it works for him, so that makes him good. Because he's persistent with it and got good timing as well. So he does a lot of good things that maybe people don't see. But we dissect those good things and try to take them away.
Why Pitbull?
Because he's one of the top. He's a fan friendly fighter. Got a big fan base. He's a champion, and beating him could lead to other big opportunities. So his name came about, and like I said, we want to be great. So why not Pitbull? Pitbull is a name out there, and it's going to be a big fight and a big exciting fight that the fans don't want to see. Old throwback box.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, Tell me now, I know that, we talked a little bit about, leading up to this fight, you guys were going for a training camp, leading up to a tank rematch. And I know so many people have been talking to you about this subject, right? But in the same time, I've been hearing like, your answers are saying that the PBC made it right. Um, I'm and then listening to your son saying that he never really got money. Is it the opportunity to fight some of these guys, like a guarantee, a Pitbull, Cruz, and some other fights to kind of right the wrong for not getting that rematch per se?
Well, we can't get into talk what transpired, but we more than happy with what them taking care of us. So they made us right, and we thankful for that. So the show goes on. We on a great fights and be looking forward to the future. So um they did us right. That's all I really can say. They did us right, and it's up for y'all to assume what happened. If we got money, didn't get money. If we got fights, so I can't discuss that.
Okay. Okay. Um. So that per se, what's like your situation as far as company wise? Are you guys signed to PBC for a couple fights? I know you guys were fighting on Pro Box. You guys had your own promotional company as well. What's your situation?
We're working with PBC right now.
Any amount of fights?
It'll come out.
Nasty work. See, you don't try to give nothing. Okay. Okay. So, all right. I like this. Tell me, like, now that do you feel like this fight per se can be a measurement stick? Another reason why Tank should possibly consider fighting you guys.
We're not worried about time.
No,
No.
if this was specifically because Pitbull Cruz has a fan base and he's a great fighter.
Well, he's a great fighter, and there's other great fighters out there as well that we can fight. Tyke said he gonna retire, so we're not worried about him. We worry about Pitbull Cruz, and once we get past Pitbull Cruz, then we worry about what's next after that. But there's a lot of great fights to be made at Lamont, especially going up to 40. You got fights at 40, 35, and like you said, if something happens at 30, that's a possibility as well. But there's plenty of options out there, so um, we move past that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Obviously, looking past it was one thing, but also listening to you in the interview saying that, what was it that you said specifically word for word, you guys kind of like retired, and what was it you
So we checked them in.
checked them in.
We
Now,
did.
is that really how you feel?
Yeah. He's supposed to say he had like 3, 4 fights, right? He said he got one now. He didn't fight us. He went fight. He made a detour, so he retired. So I think we had something to do with that.